our way to a BCG conference. That's Boston Consulting Group, our favorite consultants. Real game-changing kind of thought leadership. They've invited me to come speak at this e-commerce event they're throwing today. It's just another day, another rainy walk in NYC. Very proud of this business. It's growing like crazy. The flexibility and especially the logistics around this product just crush everything in its category.
Yes. This is very cool. Are you going to sit there or you want to join?
You can sit there. That's great.
We could sit together.
Okay.
Come on. It's really comfy.
It's great. It's fantastic.
So I'm big on these little Shawnisms I live by. One I've shared before, always work in the seams and cracks. So this is me walking to this speaking gig. I've got to stay late on Friday out here in New York. Meetings late in the day on Friday that I've got to be here for. Normally I would fly back west on Friday afternoon or Friday morning. Got to stay late. Got to find a flight that will get me back to Utah in time for kids' soccer games at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, which sounds easy, but believe it or not, the way flights go, the way everything schedules out, it's rather challenging to find. I think I'm gonna end up sleeping in like Kansas City or something. All right, Boston Consulting Group Thought Leader Conference, Le Parker Meridian, New York City. Here we go.
There's a great guy from Lovesac, the leader of Lovesac and the founder. It's really excited to have Shawn Nelson here to talk about where that company came from. I think it represents, again, a lot of these trends and what's going on and really is paving the way. You see some of the products here in the front. So Shawn, thanks for being here. Let's get us started. Look forward to a great afternoon. Thanks.
We will inspire mankind to buy less furniture, is what we're out to do by having them invest in tons of ours. We were a bootstrap organization. We certainly have raised plenty of money over the years as we've kind of morphed into what we are today. And I wanted to take you on that journey because we are your atypical disruptor today. We very much now have, I think, much of the DNA of these other disruptors that are in our same sort of new economy genre with a very good understanding of how to marry brick and mortar and e-commerce, which is something, of course, that's of so much discussion today. We've come at it sort of organically and built a brand along the way. So I'm going to take you through the four great eras of Lovesac. The first of it being this factory era. I was 18 when I thought it'd be funny to make a really big beanbag, and it was 3 years until we actually turned it into a real business. $55,000 in credit card debt, built a factory using farm equipment, got an agricultural loan from the US government for a hay shredder and a tractor to power that hay shredder. I moved to California. We opened shops all through the West. Some of you may have seen these at some point in your travels. We were selling these just Lovesacs, and we kind of made it work, and we were masters of merchandising, as you can see, and many years at just sort of figuring that out to pivot into this home furnishings era of Lovesac. And so it's interesting because we were doing everything right. We were looking at Pottery Barn across the hall, West Elm, take your pick. And we all of a sudden found ourselves in rugs and lamps and birds and bowls and baskets and Sactionals, all trying to have the credibility that it took to be across the hallway from those types of competitors. And it really took us, even despite our steady growth rate, waking up to the fact that we had all the same problems now. We had created for ourselves all the same problems that traditional retailers and especially furniture retailers face. At the end of a season, you have overstock in this, and you have to discount that and clear this out. And one day we woke up at the end of this home furnishings era, just now a couple years ago, and realized we didn't need any of those headaches. And in fact, if we strip this back down to what it really probably should have been in the first place, we have something very unique. We finally woke up to what Sactionals really are. And then, by the way, Amazon began eating everything. I think very early we recognized that there's a new way of doing business, and so we pursued that. We're all in this echo chamber. We're all hearing the same things. You know, e-commerce is killing retail, malls are dying, social media is killing traditional media. You know, everyone's got to try and be green, organic, or therapeutic or something. In Lovesac's bones, we were all these things very organically and very naturally. We just didn't. We hadn't yet packaged it right. We now enter where we are positioned today as this Design for Life Furniture Co. era, is what I like to say. We've taken everything that we've learned from these many years, and we, I think, have a business that's uniquely suited to really dominate in this new economy. What we've done is we have exited the merchandising game. So the strategy is very simple. The web can cover the whole earth, and we will continue to grow our retail footprint, or in the form of showrooms represented here by the stars, in key areas so that you can drive to them. And it's finally led us into probably the most exciting part, and I think really what is the impetus for this sort of hockey stick moment for us is marketing. But we've now pivoted to a model that's, again, exited that merchandising game. It's more like a Tesla kind of store. It's focused on the product. Now you can walk around the new showrooms and understand the product kind of on your own, get help, of course, from one of our very enthusiastic staffers. And at the end of the day, you still check out on an iPad. So you play with the blocks, you can see them right there, and you can play with the fabrics on the back wall. And this allows us to have a tiny little showroom footprint for a product that's doing, you know, $2,000 to $10,000 per transaction. So it's pretty unique, and that's driven the concept to have some of the highest sales per square. Well, we have the highest sales per square foot in all of furniture. Period. 3 times the industry norm. I believe we can someday be second only to Apple. We'll see. I'm very excited about what we're doing. Our goal is, in a nutshell, to become the fastest growing and most sustainably profitable furniture business in the world. Our BHAG, as Jim Collins would call it, is to save 1 million couches from the landfill by selling at least 250,000 of ours. We estimate that for every Sactionals we put in the world, it's 4 couches that you won't need to throw away over time. And by the way, 30% of our landfills are furniture, if you can believe that. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.